Hey everybody, it's Patricia and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to go through all of my eyeshadow palettes. I now have everything here and unboxed, and I'm going to arrange them, but I'm not going to do that on camera. I've decided I'm gonna have to take my time and set things up the way I want it, and I'm not going to record that because it might take a long time to do all that. But what I want to do today is I want to go through all my eyeshadow palettes and kind of refresh my memory as to what I've got. I've got some ideas on some projects I'm going to be doing. Some project pans maybe, some things like that. And I need to remember what I've got, what palettes I have. This is not going to be a declutter. There are going to be some pieces that I probably move out of my regular collection, but maybe going into a project, an upcoming project. So while you're watching this, I'm not decluttering anything. I'm not giving anything away. I'm not throwing anything away as far as I know. So I'm just showing you everything that I have, and I'm going to, after I finish filming, I'm going to put it all in my makeup inventory book. Let me pull it out here. This is my makeup inventory book. I made it myself. I know you can't see it all in the... There we go. I made it myself and I sell it on Amazon. I will link it down below if you're interested. But after I'm done filming everything, then I'm going to put it in my makeup inventory book and keep tabs of everything now that I am now permanently in my new residence. So right now what's in front of you is the majority of my palettes. I have more, but there's a whole lot of them in front of you, and I have them divided up by brands, and that's how I like to do mine. So let's get started. I'm going to pull, I think I'm going to pull from the left over here, and then I will move them, put them somewhere after I go through them. So let's start. I have a couple of palettes from BH Cosmetics. The first is this Romantic Nomad palette. And these pans are tiny, which is, let's see if I can get back. Here we go. They're tiny, but the colors are so pretty. And I do, let's see, let's watch this one, and this one, and this one. I mean, they're nice. Probably not the best swatches in the world, but they're nice. Let me get a white. I am going to keep that in my everyday. I'm going to keep that with my makeup collection for now. If I do find something that kind of has a very similar color story, this would be one I would consider decluttering. But as of right now, I'm going to hang on to it. The only other BH Cosmetics I have is this Mimosa palette. And I am going to move this out of my collection, and I'm going to use it in a project in the future. So it's coming out of my regular rotations of eyeshadows, but it is going into a project. So there we go. Next, I have Kylie Cosmetics. I have a couple of Kylies. I know a lot of people aren't interested in Kylie Cosmetics. I'm interested in what, eyeshadows that I'm attracted to, the color story, and if they have a really good quality. So I'm okay with Kylie Cosmetics. I'm not saying, oh, I'm never going to buy any Kylie. But if that's you, that's fine. I mean, everybody has to do their own thing. But I do like this palette. I don't wear it that often. It's going to have to go in an upcoming Shop My Stash, which I am going to be doing. And then that way you can see all of my products. I'm going to take you along with as I'm shopping. I don't have as much makeup as I used to. I decluttered a whole lot. This next palette is You're So Money, Baby. And this one, I just love these colors. They're just so gorgeous. I love the shimmers, the greens, the pinks, the nudes. I just think that is just a beautiful palette. This is one of my favorite color stories. Definitely. So, I will be... Well, I'm keeping everything. So, next, let's get into my little bit of ColourPop. I have my It's a Small World palette. I think most of the ColourPop, I usually buy it when it's on sale. I like to buy things on sale. But look at these colors. I absolutely love this palette. I didn't realize I would love it as much as I do. And I find myself currently wearing this palette more than anything. This is my go-to throw on some makeup palette if we're going to run to the store or, you know, whatever. I find myself really reaching for this palette. So I absolutely love this palette. Next, I have my Sweet Talk. This has been my favorite ColourPop palette, but I think now It's a Small World has taken over as my favorite. I've used this a lot. I really like this palette. I am not hard on palettes. I rarely hit pan, and I don't know. I don't use up palettes like a lot of people do. And I'm not really rough with them. Next, I have Lost in Wonderland. This is fairly new. I got it when I got my Alice in Wonderland palette. Look at this. That is so pretty, but I found I'm not really wearing it as much as I thought I would. But I do like it. Hang on a second. Let me look at something. That's why I'm doing this. I think, to me, these are similar. I mean, they're not dupes. Don't get me wrong, they're not dupes. But, I think I'm going to pull the BH Cosmetics out of my regular eyeshadow palette stash and put it in a future project. I'm going to do that. And, because I can use similar colors right here. So, Alice in Wonderland. Then I have my Miss Bliss. This one has the mirror, so I'm going to... Isn't that pretty? It's very similar to Sweet Talk, but I am going to keep this palette. And then, Honey. This is my yellow palette. I have thought about buying Jeffree Star's yellow palette, but I don't wear yellows. I mean, I need to make myself wear yellows. This one, I don't even know if I've used this. I'm sure I've swatched it. I may have used one or two colors. So I need to use that. And no, I'm not going to buy the Jeffree Star one. And then Aura and Out. Unless they put it on a major discount, which they recently did. It was recently 20 bucks, but I love these shades. These are nice springy looking shades. So yeah, keeping that. So there are my ColourPop palettes. Next, let's pull... I'm going to pull out my Nomad palettes. This is my first Nomad palette, and I got this when I was staying with my in-laws when we were between houses. This is the Hudson Valley palette. This is a beautiful, to me, a beautiful fall and winter palette. This is nothing I would wear right now. So I find I either have like spring and summer or fall and winter palettes. And I guess we're all that way. But this is a palette that I won't be reaching for anytime soon. But I am really glad I have it in my collection. Next, I've got a couple of new palettes. Two that are still in the box. I might as well go ahead and take them out of the box. I've got the Nomad Royal Europe. I haven't shown you this yet. Might as well throw these boxes away. Here is the Royal Europe. I want you to look at this cover. I know you can't tell, but there are 6 layers. They're layered, cut out and layered one on top of the other. Absolutely stunning. And let me show you the colors. Look at these. All of the bottom row are multi-chromes. You can see, oh yeah, you can see really good the shift on some of those. Oh, I have not stuck my finger in this palette. I cannot wait to. I will do it in an upcoming Get Ready With Me, or we just do some eye looks. Might do that. But oh, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I'm excited to have that. And I have another new one. It is not a new palette. It's new to me. I got it on sale over Memorial Day weekend. It's the Cartagena palette. This was marked down, I think, to $29 is what I paid. This is the main reason I'm taking the BH Cosmetic palette out of my collection. Look at these. See? And there's a lot of nice neutrals, pops of hot yellow, orange, purple, red, and the shimmers. Yeah, I didn't need the BH Cosmetic one anymore. So, yeah, that is just so pretty. I'm so happy to get that. And like, I haven't not touched this one either. But yeah, so excited to have those now. Next, let's do my Urban Decay. I have, first let's start with my Born to Run. My Born to Run palette is my palette that I am panning, and I will show you where I'm at. When I started my project pan to pan this palette at the beginning of the year, I had no pans. I do have a pan. I have moved on to, I'm focusing on this shade now. I'm not going to pan all these because I don't know how these panners do it. I do not know how they can get all these pans when for me, it takes me forever to hit pan on an eyeshadow. I guess I use such a light hand when I'm working with them. I don't know. But it's hard for me to do project pan with eyeshadows, but I still wanted to get some use out of this palette because, you know, you spend money on these palettes, you want to use them. So, yeah, this is the palette I am currently working on. I do love that palette. That's a palette that people either love it or hate it. I love it. I'm so glad to have it in my collection. I think that might be one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I should do a ranking. I'll do a ranking of my top eyeshadow palettes. That'll be coming up real soon. Okay, next I have Urban Decay's Naked. I have some of the Naked palettes. I have the Naked Honey. One of my subscribers sent me this. Here we go. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful golds. I love this palette. Like with all my palettes, I don't give them enough attention. I really should. But yeah, I love this palette. And keep that in my collection. I also have the Naked 3. I can't remember if a subscriber sent me this one. I think I got this one with the Naked Honey, maybe. Yeah, very pretty. This reminds me of what used to be my favorite palette, my Tartelette and Bloom palette. And that was my project pan for year before last, pan my palette. And I really hit pan on a lot of those shades. And I decluttered that palette. But yeah, that has similar shades. And next I have the Urban Decay Smoky. This gives me Anastasia Beverly Hills sultry kind of vibes. There we go. Beautiful. I love the cool tone grays because you don't get that usually. I just need to use it more. That's a winter palette for me though. And then my last Naked palette is the Naked Cherry. And it is so pretty. This is my color story. This is the colors I like. Very, very pretty. So I have not been interested in any of the newest Urban Decay palettes. I've been that way with a lot of brands, their palettes. Next, let's do Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have not bought a new ABH palette in quite a while. When she put out those big Norvina palettes with all the wild colors that just, it made absolutely no sense to me. That's when she pretty much lost me. And I haven't bought a palette from ABH since. So I have the Riviera palette. I just had this in a video about my summer palettes. This is very, very pretty, but I've been thinking about it. There is one shade in here I absolutely love, and it's that one. But I think I'm going to move this out of my everyday makeup, and I am going to move it into a project area. I'm not going to keep that in my regular makeup. Next, I have the Carly Bible palette. I don't even know what's happened to Carly Bible. I don't watch her anymore. It's been a long time. These are so pretty. I just need to use them. I like this shade down in here. I love the shimmers. It's a really pretty palette. I just need to use it more. Need to use it more. Next, the Sultry palette. Oh, so pretty. I like the Coral, Papa Coral. This is such a gorgeous palette. I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm going to keep it. And then I have Soft Glam. Again, I love this Quiller Story. It is so pretty. It's pretty warm tone neutrals. Yeah, keeping that. And then my favorite Norvina palette is this one. And I just love the shades in this one. Now, that reminds me of that color in the Riviera palette, but the Riviera palette was a shimmer, and this one's a matte. But yeah, very pretty. And then I have the Modern Romance. That is so pretty. I have not used this in a while. This is one that I think I'm going to set aside and try it out and see how it's performing, and then decide what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to set this aside. It's going in a separate spot just to figure out what I'm going to do. Okay, next I have my Melt Cosmetics palettes. I have the Gemini 2. Oh, this is my... Oh, it's a favorite. It's definitely, to me, a fall palette. This is one I would use in the fall. Just gorgeous. It doesn't spring... It doesn't scream spring to me. And then I have Rust. Here is the Rust palette. This is very pretty. Again, I mean, I could use this in the summer with some shimmers. Yeah, I need to use this more often. And then I have my Millennial Pinks palette. There we go. So pretty. There we go. That is all the ones I have for Melt. Melt has some new palettes out, but I'm not interested in them. I don't know why I'm being kind of picky about them. But next I have Too Faced. And I have a new Too Faced palette I will show you. But I have these. There's a whole set of these. I've got the Sparkle Pineapple. That's it. I just showed these in my favorites for summer. I used this palette just the other day, and it's still performing great. So it still smells a little, not as much, or I don't think these really smell that strong though to begin with. And this is the Razzle Dazzle Berry. Yeah, there we go. And I have the Papaya Pop in this. And there we go. Very pretty, very pretty. I also have, this is the Too Faced Too Femme. This is a Pretty Spring palette. This is a smaller palette they put out in cardboard packaging. It's okay. I mean, it's nice. I don't think it really took off like a lot of their other palettes. Now, I have the pumpkin spice. This is the original one, not the extra spicy. Mine still smells. To me, that's fall, pumpkin spice. The extra spicy to me wasn't different enough to warrant owning both palettes. And the same with the gingerbread spice. This is the original one. And for the same reason I don't own the second one. This one's enough. That's a beautiful fuchsia in there. And then my newest palette, still in the box. I need to take it out of the box. I went ahead and bought the Italian Spritz palette. This one excited me very much. This makes me remember the days of the chocolate bar palettes and of the Sweet Peach palette. I was so excited to get this palette. I love that it's in the metal tin. And it does have a smell to it. I mean, you really have to smell it. It's not really heavily fragranced. But it's supposed to smell like a citrus effervescent drink. And I guess I am picking that up. I cannot wait to play with this palette. I'm going to be doing some looks soon. I am excited. This one is kind of based on Italy. So, there we go. That is my Too Faced. For a while, I didn't think I was going to have many Too Faced anymore. So, I was excited to get that one. Next, let's pull into these Pat McGrath. I have this little one from a couple of Christmases ago. I don't know the name of this one. Ecstasy Sublime. These are all shimmers. My friend Aiden gave me this. She got 2 of them, so she gave me that one. And then this was the first Pat McGrath I bought myself was the Christmas, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. This past Christmas, it may still be on sale. The big palette was marked down to $41. But I didn't feel I needed it. So this is the Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette. So like I said, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. And here are all the shades. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty palette. I need to use it more. But yeah, those are summery to me. I can wear those in the summer. So, that was the first palette I bought myself. And I bought it on sale. I didn't buy it at Christmas time. I bought it after Christmas on sale. So then, the next palette I got this one on Black Friday this past year. And this is the Moonlit Seduction. The Mothership Moonlit Seduction. Let me open it up. And here it is. This is my favorite shade right here. Let me put it on my arm. Look at that. I love that shade. This is a beautiful palette. I do really love it. I have to say, I do really like the special shades. The mattes are really easy to work with. I can understand why they cost more, but I really still think they may be a bit overpriced. But, like I said, buy them on sale. I got this one, I think, for Black Friday. And I think I paid like $70-something for it. And then I just got the Mothership number 9, the Utopian Dream. This is I think this is the last new one that she's put out. And I got this one Memorial Day weekend on sale for $86 instead of the $128 that they sell for. Oh, that is so pretty. gorgeous. There we go. I can't wait to really dig in that one and play. So I do recommend the Pat McGrath, but not full price. Get them on sale. Right now, if I were to buy any more of these, it would be the Divine Rose or the Divine Rose 2. Those I'm kind of interested in. I'm going to move my Huda down. We're not going to do her now. So let's get into my Natasha Denona. I've really never really gotten into Natasha Denona. I don't know why. That's another one. I really feel like maybe she's a bit overpriced on her bigger palettes. This is the only big palette I have, and it's the Safari palette. This one is discontinued. It is all matte shades, and that's the whole reason I wanted it. They're beautiful mattes, but I think I bought it on sale, and I wouldn't have paid full price for this. But I do like it. I like it. Hang on to it. And then I bought, this is the newest one I've purchased. I didn't get the My Dream palette. That is pretty. This Retro Glam one, it just kind of spoke to me. I think it's the greens in here. I like the grungy, smoky kind of greens. I just thought it was really pretty. So yeah, I got that. And then for this is the $50 palette. Which one is mine? The Coral palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm. Not a BoxyCharm, no. I got it in a Beautylish Lucky Bag. Very pretty. I like that. And then I purchased all of these. I have the Mini Glam, the Mini Retro, very pretty shades. I got the Mini Lila, and this one is the Mini Star. I'm just not, I like them, but I'm not like in love with these palettes where I feel like I need to go out and purchase all of these palettes. I mean, I like these. I'm not actively looking to purchase any more Natasha Denona. Let's just put it that way. But I will keep what I have. Let me just move them out of the way. And next, let's do, I have two Viseart. I remember thinking, oh wow, I gotta have some Viseart palettes. Gotta have some Viseart palettes. Well, I've got two and I rarely use them. They're not as exciting as I thought they would be. I don't know why. But I do like them. They're very pretty. Which one is this? This one is, where are you? The Tryst. This one's the Tryst palette. I do like those shades. And then the other one I have is the Golden Hour. And I like these. These are pretty. I'm not looking to purchase any more Viseart. I don't have anything against Viseart. It's just not one of my favorites. So I have others I like better. And then next I have Lunar Beauty, which I do like his palettes. I have the Eternal Eclipse palette. Very pretty. I find I like indie brands better now. I really have gotten into the indie brands. Nomad, things like that. The Lunar Beauty. I'm not going to open these up. I'm just going to show you. I've got Moonspell, the first one, and the second one. Second one's bigger than the first one. I don't know why. I think there's more colors actually in it as well. But I love these. These are going nowhere. So yeah. Keeping that, well, I'm keeping everything. Like I said, nothing's going away right now. I have only two Tarte. Tarte is no longer a favorite brand of mine. I really don't know why. What has happened? I still have my Tartelette Toasted palette. I rarely dip into this. I'm gonna hang on to it for a while. I'm not gonna move it. This one might be something that I do away with. And then I have, this was a Christmas palette from Lord, I remember a couple years ago, and I love the color story in it. I'm not going to take it out of the box, but yeah, here's the colors back here. Yeah, I like it. I'll hang on to it. And then next, let's get into Huda. Let's go through what small ones I have. I have the nude medium. Beautiful. I have the Wild Jaguar. I really like this palette. I've got the Purple Haze. I love Huda. I don't feel I need all her small palettes, but for some reason I need all her big palettes. I have the Topaz. I have the Amethyst. I have the Emerald. Because of these, it's the reason I don't have a lot of those ColourPop palettes. And I have the Ruby. I have the Gemstone Obsession. That's an all shimmer palette. Oops. I have the Smoky. That reminds me a lot of Sultry. I've got the Mauve's Obsession. And then I have the Neon Orange. There we go. Now, for the larger palettes, I have them all. And I think I'm going to surprise some of you. I have the Rose Quartz. Beautiful. I think Huda, especially her big palettes, are my favorite formulation of eyeshadows. I have the Empowered. There we go. I have the Naughty. Naughty Nude. Yep. These are just so pretty. I have the New Nude. This one's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Now, let's see here. I have the Mercury Retrograde. Beautiful. I think it's my favorite, followed by the New Nude. Now, I have the Rose Gold and the Rose Gold Remastered. The original Rose Gold. I have it. And I'm pretty sure, get the shine off of you there. I know this is expired. So this palette I am absolutely keeping. I'm going to put it on display, but I'm not going to be using it anymore. But I am going to keep it. It's the original. It's the OG. It's the one that she did go in and remaster. And I do have the remastered. There's a shade that's changed in it. This one I got in a mystery box. This one I think is still good. So I'm going to leave this in my collection to use and test and see if it is still good to use. I would not get rid of it anyway. This was the first one I ever bought, and it's her Desert Dust palette. And this is what made me fall in love with the Huda Beauty eyeshadows. Now, the last time I used this, it had expired. It was not performing well, so I'm not going to use it anymore. Again, I'm going to keep it and display it. I'm going to keep all of my Huda large palettes. They're never going to leave my collection. I'm just not going to use them anymore. So that's what's going on with this one. I just love this palette. Look at that. I love this palette. But, look at the cover. It's just gorgeous. But like I said, I am not going to be using that one anymore on my eyes. The others I need to use. This is what's prompting me to think I've got to do some Shop My Stashes. I've got to do some project pans. I've got to use my eyeshadows, especially these older ones. So let me go clear this off, get the next load in, and we will continue. Okay, let's get back at it. I've got some, let's do this little stack where I have a couple of palettes from a brand. This first brand is Love Luxe Beauty. I had an affiliate code with them. I don't have it anymore because I pretty much stopped using, you know, doing makeup there for a while, so my code ran out. But I love these indie eyeshadows. I think the quads are, I think they were $20. The shades are unbelievable, and like this one, there's a little plastic disc on here to keep it. Oh, that feels so nice. Oh, just gorgeous. So yeah, they're just beautiful shades. Yeah, shades, and even the mattes are really nice. Nice quality. So yeah, like those. I've got the first two Alamar. Now, I have not used these in forever. Is this the first one or the second? This is volume 2. This is volume 1. I have to admit, I like volume 1 more than volume 2. You know, I just don't. I need to play with these. I'm not going to move them out yet. I just need to use them. I need to put them in a project pan. This one I'm not going to use. I know I'm not going to use it. I'm going to put it in that project I'm going to be working on. Yeah, I'm moving that one out. That never was really a favorite of mine, but I do like the original one. So yeah, hang on. Keep that in my collection and use. Now, I've got two from Kat Von D, not KVD. I'm talking Kat Von D. This is the Divine palette. It's based on the actor Divine. I love this palette. I'm keeping it just because. I'm not using this palette, although I swatched earlier this blue and this green. They're both shimmers and they're still holding up fantastically, but I won't be using them. So this palette is just staying because it's Divine. And then I have my Shade and Light eye palette. I don't find I really use this much either. A little dirty. But it is a great basic palette. She also made a glimmer version. I don't care for it. I don't own it. I haven't owned it. I just wanted the matte one. I didn't need these shades and shimmers. So I'm gonna use that more for a while though and see how that does. I have a stack of where I just have one palette per the cosmetic line. So I have got, this is my only Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette. Which one is this? I have no idea. I have no idea which palette this is. There's no name on it. I got it in my Beautylish. So I don't know. It's tiny. It's just a little, it's a little 6 pan. But I'll hang on to it. I'll keep it. But yeah, I don't know the name of it. And then I have one Wayne Goss. Also got in my Beautylish. This one is the Imperial Topaz. These are so pretty. I just need to use them. Just need to use them. There we go. I got Sigma. This is the Beachy palette. This is really new to me. I like it. That's a pretty blue. The blue is similar to the one in the Kat Von D Divine palette. So yeah, I just need to play with it. And then I've got this Kevyn Aucoin Jewel Pop. This is a face and eye palette. And this one my friend Aiden gave me a long time ago. I'm going to pull this out and put it in a project. I'm really not using those shades. And I don't even know if they're still good. Yeah. That is a pretty shade. But look at this. That's this one. Yeah. But I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to use it in a project. And then I have an Ace. I used to have a lot of Ace Beauté when I had BoxyCharm. I guess I have decluttered them over the years. Scarlet Dusk, I think my friend Gloria gave me this one. Oh, now that's a good summer palette. I should have pulled that out for summer. That's pretty. I need to pit it against, that's what I need to do. I need to see how well it stands up against the Cartagena palette that I just got. So, but yeah, pretty. This is the palette that my friend Clara just gave me. What would we do if we didn't have friends, right? You know, I just got this and I love this palette. Absolutely love it. I need to play with it some more. And then I have this little Dominique's Cosmetics. I think this came in like a BoxyCharm. This one is a little sweater weather. This one's a little one. I'll hang on to it. There we go. And then my Pro palette from Ofra that I just got. Just got this. Yeah, I'll need to take it out. Let me show you. I have not touched this yet, except for doing the video showing you when I unboxed it. Very, very pretty. Let me see. Are all those? No. These three are shimmers. And the rest are matte, right? Yeah. The rest of the eyeshadows are matte. I'm not big on palettes that have face and eye products in them together, but that's okay. This one's nice. Play with it. And then last is my Jeffree Star. And I have quite a few Jeffree Star now. I have really fallen in love with his formulation. First, I have the Mini Orgy palette. I purchased this myself from Macari. It's all shimmers. When I got it, I was like, I don't know if I like this or not. But then I finally picked up the Orgy palette. Let me open it up. I don't know why I've kept the box for this. I might need to. I should toss the box. I don't need to keep it. So I got the, actually got the big one, which is all matte. So now I can see this definitely complements that palette. So now I like this one more that I have the big one. And I love these neutrals. I love this, the Orgy palette. And I think I bought the Orgy palette myself. And then a subscriber sent me the cremated palette. This one I absolutely fell in love with when I saw, not when I first, well, I did kind of when I first saw it. I just didn't like the name of it. I wish cosmetic companies, well, I mean, I guess I'm sounding old and a prude, but some of these names, man, really? Do we have to name them that? Why can't we just have, you know, nice names? I don't know. But anyway, this is a gorgeous palette, though. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous palette. So, got that. Then, I won this from my friend Shannon. She had a giveaway. She had a giveaway of this Blue Blood palette, and I actually won. The only thing I've ever won, the only I think contest on YouTube I've ever won. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that blue. That blue is just stunning. Absolutely. So, yeah. So I got that from Shannon. And then recently I purchased this. I think it was over the holidays. I think these were on sale. I can't remember. I did get it like major discount. I got a major... If you'll check Jeffree Star's website on holidays, you will find he has great sales. He really does. So that's why I got that one. And then this was in a Jeffree Star mystery box I got. I would have never picked this one for myself. And this is one that I actually have fallen in love with. It looks much better in person and performs beautifully. Just to look at it, like I'm looking through the camera lens, I would never have purchased this for myself. But I am so grateful that I have it because it is absolutely gorgeous and a great palette. So that's the Thirsty. And also, I think with that same mystery box, I got Beauty Killer. And this is my least favorite Jeffree Star. It's okay. The colors are really pretty. I rarely have used this, if ever. I don't know if I've even used this. Maybe once. Yeah, it's just, to me, the colors are just all over the place. I don't see how they all go together. But they are pretty shades. But yeah, that one's my least favorite, I believe. Then I have the Pink Religion. I bought this myself. I thought it would look nice with my 2 Moon Spell palettes from Lunar Beauty because it's like a book. Let me take this. I like to keep the wrap on this one. So that's it. And it's embossed. It feels like a book, like a leather-bound book. And here are the shades. Just absolutely love these. Beautiful, beautiful shades. And see, it even looks like it's pages from a book. Alright, let me put this back. Then I have my Bloodlust palette. Again, I got this on sale while I was staying at my in-laws. And look at that. Crushed Velvet. Beautiful, beautiful shades. Look at that black. That is so pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous shades. And I have used these, and there was a time when I used just this for a few weeks, and it was just, oh, beautiful. Beautiful eye looks. And then last is my newest Jeffree Star, which I just got, which was the Cotton Candy Queen. And there are those shades. So pretty. Pastels. I guess this is the only pastel palette pretty much I have. I don't know. I'll have to, maybe a couple ColourPop. I have some ColourPop palettes that are pastel. Very pretty. So that's it. That's all of my eyeshadow palettes, except for I have a couple Z palettes with some singles in them. Otherwise, that is it. I'm going to put on the screen now how many palettes I have. I'll count them off camera, and the editing me will put it in how many palettes I actually have. And I'll start listing these all in my notebook. Again, if you would like a copy of my makeup inventory notebook, I'll have the link down below to go over to Amazon and pick one up. So that's everything. Guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe. Any questions or comments, just leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.